Was the makeup that you wore for the vampire, was it heavy and sticky?
Mine, I mean, I'm kind of pasty white anyway, so I literally haven't seen the sun in a while, and so they actually used this. I think they got it from Japan. This new kind of airbrush type thing that was ionic, I think, and so it wasn't that bad for me. There's a couple. I think Nikki Reed she's got this dark olive tone anyways, and so she had a little bit more, I think, to do with makeup than I did. But for me, it was pretty light.
How about the contacts? Were they uncomfortable?
Yes. They were. I mean, if you're not used to wearing contacts, I don't wear contacts, and so it was kind of difficult to get used to them. And when you're waking up at 4:30 in the morning and you're just not awake, it's difficult. And Kellen has small eyes, so getting the contacts in, they literally had to like pry his eyes open and put them in for him. So some of us had a bigger problem with them than others.
Who's next?
How has your life changed? You said yesterday this was your big break, and I mean, you're getting like free clothes and offers. I mean, how has that changed your life? That's what we women want, clothes. And
yes, that's definitely a big perk of it. The gifting suites are amazing. Yeah, people send you stuff. It's kind of bizarre because you're thinking, why are you sending me this? I mean, great, but that and it's kind of amazing how overnight it goes from struggling, really struggling to make it, really, obviously you really have to want it, and then, now people are asking for meetings and offering certain scripts and, getting the opportunity to audition for these big films that you wouldn't have gotten to do. So it's been a fairy tale. It's been amazing.
I remember reading in your hometown paper, I guess you had gone home for Thanksgiving, and there was a quote that your family still made you do the dishes after Thanksgiving dinner.
They do. Thank God. I mean, my parents they keep me grounded because it's rough in Hollywood when everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're so great. My parents are definitely very, very close, and they keep me very, very grounded.
Do you have any siblings also, or?
I do. I have an older brother.
So how does he feel about Alice being his little sister, or is how does he view the whole thing?
He wears an Alice shirt. He's so cute. No, he's great. He's gonna come out, I think, to visit me soon, and he is actually taking a couple of theater classes and stuff like that. I think he's caught the acting bug as well. So, but yeah, he's extremely supportive. He's great. I talk to him, ever so often, every other day or whatnot, and he's fab. It's really nice. It's really nice to go home and have a sibling that, there's no jealousy, there's no competition.
There's a question over there by
Who's got the microphone?
over there by Steve.
Over here.
I'm looking straight at you.
Nice.
Hi, Ashley. I was just wondering what it was like working with Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson.
It was awful. I'm just kidding.
Tell them you said that.
Yeah. No, it was great. Everyone's and I've said this before, everyone on set is so different. It's so amazing that we all get along so well. None of our personalities clash, and they're a trip. I mean, Kristen, I was really amazed by it because she's very professional, very mature, and there were times when I would go to her and be like, hey, can we run something or do something? And she's a cool girl. She's really cool. And then Rob is he's a trip. He's fun. He makes everyone laugh. I don't think intentionally though. He's a Brit. He's a goofball. But no, it was really fun. And everyone on set kind of plays an instrument or sings or writes, and so it was a really great experience to work with them.
Got one right here.
Hi, Ashley. I was just wondering, who is the biggest practical joker on set?
Eddie. Eddie for sure.
I think we knew that.
From an innocent. He's so funny. He's such a joke.
Okay, so what did he do?
To Kellen and Jackson both, I think he prank called them. Literally, if you don't look at him, he has this voice of this woman, and you just wouldn't know that it was. And so he would call people and say, oh, oh, sorry, we have to dye your hair again. You have to come to set at 4 a.m. And Jackson was going, really? I was like, I just dyed my hair blonde. They're like, no, we don't like it. We're dyeing it dark. And so he calls his manager, and he's like, man, I did my hair again. And then Eddie calls back, and he's like, it's this girl named Karen then he started talking to the boys, and Jackson was just like, are you joking? He would have gotten up at 4 a.m. to go to set. But, and he's a jokester, he's fun. Him and Helen too, I think, he's a bit of a jokester.
Did they manage to get even at all, or?
Not bad. I didn't hear the story. There's always a second and third movie for that, though.
Over to Steve.
Oh, here.
Is it overwhelming having fans always calling your name and wanting autographs and pictures and stuff?
Not yet. I haven't got, I mean, if I was in Britney Spears' shoes, then maybe, but it's stuff like this. I mean, the poor girl has 85 paparazzi following around all the time. But no, this kind of stuff, I'm just enjoying it. And I think for the next, couple of years, as long as it doesn't get out of hand and I don't need a bodyguard, it's really fun. And I love it.
So you can still go out as just yourself without
I
crowds
can't.
following you?
If I wore the wig, I think maybe I'd have more people following me around. But that's the other cool thing about it is that whenever, I want to meet you guys and I want to interact with you, it's great because I can come to these things and sit down and get to talk to you guys. But whenever, if I'm going out to dinner and I don't want to be followed by paparazzi, people don't really recognize me like they would. It takes a minute. It takes a good minute for people to be like,